Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to Jedi Mike 7 Movie News YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jedi Mike 7, and here going to be reviewing with my camera right here. There we go. We're going to be reviewing a new film, as you guys see, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, this is the one and only Marvel film that's coming out this year in 2024. Highly anticipated. Definitely, everybody's been looking forward to this film. My most anticipated film of this year, and it's going to be my non-spoiler review. Again, non-spoiler review. I'm gonna give you what I like about it, what I didn't like about it, and again, in all the non-spoiler context. But before I get into it, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. And if you guys have seen the film, or after you go see the film, let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the film? And if you have not yet, are you looking forward to it? Let us know down below. Anyway, so let's talk about this film. All right, so this is the return of two icons, Deadpool and Wolverine. And I can basically sum up this entire film as just a love story to all of the 20th Century Fox X-Men films. Everything. I'm talking about the career of Hugh Jackman, a career of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Uh, you get to see this is a film, a culmination film almost to that, obviously dealing with stuff like the TVA, multiversal story. But at the heart of it, there's a lot of things going on with this film. You've seen the dynamic between Deadpool and Wolverine. Definitely in the both different situations. You have one Wolverine who's a different version or variant, you should say, from the one from Logan. But yeah, we have this Wade Wilson who gets pulled from the TVA. This is in the trailer, not a spoiler. And actually get put into this situation where he basically going to have to save some people that he cares about deeply, and for that he's going to need Wolverine's help. Now, I actually thought this film was a lot of fun. I thought this film was action packed. I had to say the action in this film was absolutely insane. I'm not even kidding. The some of the best fight scenes I've seen in Marvel in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. But this is really good. I felt obviously the soundtrack in this film definitely you get that Madonna and other no iconic songs there, which they released the playlist, so you get to see that there. I think this is a good film in terms of theatrical experience. Please go see this film in the theater. There's definitely industry jokes, as you can see, for people that understand what led to this film actually being made. Disney, the conglomerate, acquisition of Fox, etc. But really, I guess the heart of this film, as you see the title, Deadpool and Wolverine, are these two actors played by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. They did a fantastic job. I felt this is a new side of Wolverine that we really haven't seen before. Definitely having this sense of him being pulled from a universe where you have a sense of guilt and shame, but at the same time, Wade Wilson, he's also having the sense of purpose and sense of mattering, of being somebody and being important, and then by doing that also he's getting there to save the people that he loves deeply. And for that, he's going to need Wolverine's help, and for a character that also experienced loss and pain and suffering with the whole moniker of Wolverine, these two characters definitely have amazing chemistry. Obviously, they're going to be butting heads a lot, and things are not going to be all just peaches and cream and everything. But at the same time, when you see this film, the one thing you see beautifully in this film is the synergy between these two actors. I really enjoy what they were doing with having the persona of Wolverine amplified the persona of Deadpool in this film. And one thing that you can also say with this is also a pure example of Marvel not getting in their own way. You can definitely see Ryan Reynolds' influence in this film. Definitely when he, in terms of how this film is structured, how the heart of it is a Deadpool movie. As it is structured in the same way as the previous Deadpool films. Definitely in terms of how it starts and the comedic nature of it, but at the same time, underneath all of the comedy, there's sense of heart, sense of emotional element to it that actually makes it all kind of tie in together. To me, this is my favorite Deadpool movie out of the three personally. But I know, I discussed with some people. People might prefer the first one. Second one was good too, but people might prefer the first one. For me, I actually really enjoyed this one. Um, Another thing I would say is that for comic book fans, this is a film that will strip comic book pages, and I mean literally comic book pages, right out of the comics and into the silver screen. Seriously, it is literally textbook. And I feel that now, to get to these people, these two main actors in their most iconic roles and closest to their most comic book accurate personas and everything, and how they expand upon their numerous amounts of comic iterations and everything throughout their history is very, very interesting. Um, Definitely, you see the TVAs involved. We get to see some familiar faces. Not going to say names, but the TVA are definitely involved in this. There is another basically mission for them in terms of how they are trying to go in, trying to use the multiverse to serve a point in actually saving the people that Deadpool love, and then with that, using the multiverse to access this Wolverine. And actually trying to be in a situation where they get thrown into many different scenery throughout the multiverse. And I'm not going to say because you've already seen it in the trailers and everything, but I will say you guys are in for a huge surprise. There are definitely cameos, definitely surprises, but cameos that I feel definitely were, surprising if people had not locked in like I am in the movie space. But with this film, I felt the cameos definitely kind of added into the story, similar to like a Spider-Man No Way Home. Even though I know this film is gonna be compared to that, I do believe, me personally, I prefer Spider-Man No Way Home above this. Not saying that this film is bad. It just these two are two completely different films. So for me to compare the two is kind of really unnecessary, other than the fact of the enjoyment. I enjoyed both of them very well. I also believe that you guys are going to have a lot of time discussing what you guys saw, the implications, what this film does in the future. Because again, there can be debate here, which I'm gonna go into some of my negatives here. So there is still this film definitely makes jokes about the industry and the current state of Marvel, and it's actually hilarious, but it's very funny. My biggest issue with this film is the fact that the issues that they're saying, and they literally state verbatim in this film uh about the MCU, the issues that they do narratively in their films recently, only to do the exact same thing in this film, and especially when we get into the third act of this film, they did the exact same thing. The issue what we have with Marvel, with the MCU, with the multiverse, with their connectivity, and really basically tying everything together. And to me, my biggest frustration was the fact that they lead us so close to the finish line, only to not cross that line to actually get to a full developed story and plot for this film. Now again, I feel that definitely is heavily fan service. Now, for some people, there'll be great theater reactions. You're gonna see them on YouTube and everything, but at the same time, after you got the adrenaline rush of all the cameos, the action, and all that stuff like that, and then you're just seeing this film for what it is and the story is trying to tell, then I think it's going to be up for debate in terms of what people are going to enjoy this film or actually see it from a more uh bystander point of view, and not like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is amazing. And not saying there are not things that are not amazing in this film. I'm just saying that after you get your first initial adrenaline rush of watching it for the first time, when you watch it for the second time, for the third time, for the fourth time, and definitely this film is meant to be rewatched, because there's things you're going to miss. There are things I have missed watching this film. But after you watch it multiple times, is your level of enjoyment decreases, or you actually enjoy this film for what it is at the end of the day. Now, again, I think there's some expectations that people are going to be that have set themselves up for failure for this film. I feel people think that it's going to be some type of universe bending type of thing, and it's not. I think this is a good fun ride with Deadpool Wolverine, just like the movie said it was going to be. Deadpool Wolverine having a good time, being the most comic book accurate version of themselves, going on this adventure, having this bickering chemistry between each other. But also you have other characters such as Cassandra Nova, who is the twin sister of Professor X. Unfortunately, even though I found that very interesting from her power set, she does fall into, at the end of the day, the stereotypical Marvel villain trope just to serve, the story. And basically at the end of the film, you kind of find it to be forgettable at this point, which is unfortunate. I think the actress did a good job, but I think that uh yeah, it just fell right into the trope of the stereotypical Marvel villain and being forgettable. But aside from that, TVA, again, going to another con, I just wish that the fact that we're getting the TVA cinematically, which is what we've been asking for, actually having the things in these Disney Plus shows matter and have impact. And they did I felt they did something very interesting, but it didn't execute it to the fullest extent that it could be, because whether of setting up for the next movie, set up for the next Disney Plus show, I do not know. But I do believe that a lot of fans are going to be sit back here and be like on a stalemate. Like, yes, I enjoyed this fan service. I enjoyed this cameo. I enjoyed this scene. I enjoyed this action scene and everything. This was hilarious. But at the end of the day, does this film matter to the overall saga of the multiverse saga in the MCU? Does it matter? That's up for debate, and that's up for you guys to discuss when we get to our spoiler discussion. Once you guys see this film, once the social media and everybody can go back and forth and see this film over and over again and dissect it, bit by bit in pieces and everything, then come back and say, all right, can I now make a more informed decision whether this was a very homemade film in terms of like had a very nice plot, executed storylines, and everything like that, or was it just fan service galore and everything, and just basically just having a popcorn fun? If that's the case, this film succeeded in all cylinders. But for me, I not to let have the image of the overall extent of the multiverse of Marvel, the impact that I want this film to have, hinder my experience from actually enjoying this film. I had a good time. This is the most fun I had in a Marvel movie since No Way Home. Um, the, for the old heads to have stick with Marvel, and I end off with this, guys. Please stay off the internet and everything. Please stay off, because for people who have ride with the MCU, and I'm not just talking about MCU Marvel Studios with Disney. I'm talking about Marvel films since day one for over 20 years. This film is for y'all, and definitely for the comic book readers. And I do feel like this is a nice tie or bow kind of completion for the the Marvel universe of 20th Century Fox. I think they tie it beautifully without giving anything away. Aside from that, I'll give it to my rating. I'll give this a film a solid, probably seven, probably 7 or 8 out of 10. Uh, I do believe this film is a win for Marvel. I believe this is a film that everybody should go see. I don't think this film will be boring in any sense. I feel this is a good film to go experience with a massive audience on the biggest screen and have a good time this summer. I think for once that we can all join collectively as Marvel fans. I understand that we kind of been kind of divisive, and they literally acknowledge that, hey, this is a low point right now for Marvel. Now, did this film save the entire MCU? No, no. And I mentioned another review. This is not about this film. It's about the next 5 films, or next 3 films, really. For execution from Marvel to be consistent in terms of the quality to actually get back on track. But from the looks of it, this film is one step in the right direction, which I feel is what it all needed to be in the first place. But again, I give this film an 8. I'll give this film an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film. Make sure you guys go see Deadpool and Wolverine in the theaters right now, or in theaters coming this week. Also, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. And again, guys, please, please, please avoid the internet. And I'm trying not to make sure that I don't say anything that's gonna give anything away, other than just my initial reactions and everything. But you guys are in for a big surprise in this film. And again, enjoy yourselves. Again, you guys are underage and stuff, bring adult and all that stuff like that. But again, this film is one for you guys to see in the theaters. Marvel, this is a win. Keep up the good work. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, you guys are the GOAT. Shout out to Kevin Feige. But till next time, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. And make sure you hit notification bell on updates on all videos we have coming up this week. This is the week of Comic-Con. And guys, we are ready. And yes, after watching this movie, at the time of this recording, Marvel's panel going to be on Saturday. And I'll be there. And I'll be like, hey, Kevin, you got some explaining to do. So, yeah. Other than that, see you guys next video. Peace.